Hey gang, welcome to our 2025 live release or release number 20 live giveaway. Boy, it's starting out great here. Without doing an intro, I just thought I'd bring Adam right up instantly because we're a little short staffed tonight. So Adam's got my back, which I appreciate. How's it going, man?
Going well. Thanks.
Good.
How
Thanks
about
for
you?
joining. So we were before we went on the air, we were talking about. I just did a kayak tournament yesterday, and it ended up going pretty well. But I wanted to point out that if you recall, if you followed us for a while, a couple years ago, Native Kayaks donated us a kayak to raffle off as a fundraiser. And when we had it on display, I was checking that thing out like, this is sweet. Well, I ended up buying that exact same kayak. It's not a new model, but it's a Slayer Propel 10-foot. And I going from a Hobie that I had that was 12-foot Hobie Compass, which I loved. It's a great kayak, but 10-foot, a little easier for me to manage is my thought process, because I travel sometimes for work, and I just happen to work in Jacksonville, Florida. So I usually throw that kayak on the back, and I thought it'd be a little bit easier. So the funny thing is, it's a pedal versus a pump, like the Mirage Drive for the Hobie, and I wasn't sure how it was going to work for me. So Dum Dum here decides to first splash a kayak ever for the first time in a tournament.
Huh.
So literally, my thought process was just like, okay, let's just figure out this kayak, and hopefully I'll catch some fish. And it turns out, like, I love the kayak. It's really cool having the. You don't know kayaking. You definitely want to get like a foot propelled kayak, but there's basically pedal and there's Hobie, which is like the Mirage Drive. Hobies are kind of like flippers. It's a really ingenious design, and they're very, very efficient. And I do feel like Hobies are more efficient, like for your effort. They move faster and with less effort. But the advantage of a pedal is that you can instantly reverse it by pedaling backwards. So let's say you're come in slowly to a dock, you cast into the dock, you hook into a fish, you can just reverse pump and back up and set the hook, and you're not getting sort of pulled under the dock. And you don't really appreciate that until you really start doing that kind of situation. And Christian Connolly, a friend of ours, if you look at his Instagram, Make Time for Fishing, really great angler, but he sort of convinced me to make the jump to a paddle. And so anyway, long story short, I love the kayak. It's not an ad for Native Kayaks, although we do much appreciate them donating us that kayak, but it's just honest customer feedback. Is a really cool kayak, real stable, I could stand in it.
Nice.
But
Well, anyone listening, thinking about it, Carrie had a paddle kayak, with the
yeah,
oars. So he had it for a little while. He and another friend of ours. Anyway, I bought into it with them and had him here for a little while. But I can tell you that trying to fish here or anywhere, I guess, where there's significant tide differentials and currents and wind on top of it, it was not. It was challenging. So
try to cast and handle and worry about like managing a fish while you got a paddle in your hand. You drop the paddle in the water and it floats away.
yep,
You know,
been there, done
you can
that.
get all kind of trouble with the paddle. Although you should always have a paddle just in case,
Yeah, that makes
like
sense.
your dry breaks, which that does happen. But anyway, my it was low tide in the morning, and my strategy was to go fish the docks. There's a whole bunch of docks there at low tide, and that paid off because it was super calm, so you could look down underneath all docks and you'd see 4 docks away, you'd see a fish would blow up, and it's like, ooh, I just like hustle over there, and then sure enough, you'd see it back out of the water. They're feeding, like super happy, chasing bait around. And I just casted like 3 or 4 of them. Really fun.
Nice.
And then like I said, there's like a 5 hour duration of not any bites at all, questioning your sanity, you're trying everything you can think of, and just nothing's working. But then as the tides started coming back out and all those flats started draining into the main river, my second strategy was just to run the edge of the main river where all the creeks are spilling out, figuring that eventually those fish are going to come out of the grass and start running down the side of the river. And that strategy paid off because I actually found a school. So the format was two fish, up to 27 inches, and I found a school like it was a perfect situation. A school of 26 to 27 inch fish.
Wow,
Like,
nice.
oh my god, I was loving it. So anyway, long story short, I tied for first place for lengthwise, but I lost in the tiebreak because first one to post a score is a tiebreaker. So I was late to that, but I was more than happy to get second. I mean, my God, I didn't expect to get anything, but it was cool. So
Yeah, nice job.
yeah, thank you. Um, got a lot to talk about. This is a big week for us, really big week because we're 1 week out from Turn the Tide, our fundraiser. So it's going to be a busy week for us getting ready for it, but we're really excited about it. Um, we have, so I don't think we updated in a while. So we've had, we locked in Southbound 17, which is a real nice sort of Americana duet that played at Cast It Forward, our fundraiser we had a few years ago. And they're just the perfect sound for a Southern oyster roast. It's just, um, well, you'll see when you hear them. They're just really, really good. If you check them out on Spotify, you'll see the kind of music that they play. It's really good. It's got sort of bluegrassy, um, perfect vibe for the event. Um, so we've got the chili cook-off we're working on. We've got sponsors, a lot of great sponsors. We're like really, really happy about. We're gonna have some really good raffle things to bid on. Probably gonna have an online auction because we have some really high dollar items that aren't really appropriate for sticking tickets in a bucket. Um, so yeah, we're gonna be just hustling, getting ready, and getting our awards ready for our award winners for last year. We got people coming from other states. We got um, some folks from DNR going to be there that want to speak a few words, and yeah, Michael chimed in.
Huh.
No, Michael, you can't sing. You're not allowed to. um, yeah. So yeah, it's going to be really good. Stay tuned. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention: we are closing ticket sales Tuesday night at midnight. So after the day Tuesday, between Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to close tickets. So why is that? We are doing that because it's an oyster roast and we need a head count. People usually wait till the last minute, and we don't want all of a sudden 50 people to show up at the door and then they complain because we don't have oysters. So if you uh, if you want to help us and do us a favor, please buy our tickets before Tuesday night, because that head count is going to help us immensely make sure that we're properly prepared. And we'll be reminding everyone online. Hey, Jonathan, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining us. I wanted to take a moment and just point out our sponsors. So our shucking sponsors are the highest level, Post and Courier. And then what people don't know, I don't think we've announced it, but last fall I went to CCA, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida, and asked for some help to help us kick this event off. And they all ponied up $2,500 to us, which I would greatly appreciate. And being true to my word, this did help us to have this event. So I thought it's appropriate to make them or recognize them as sponsors of the event because really they are. We've got a bunch of coastal sponsors. We've got iStrike, Pure Flats, Toadfish, Bull Bay Rods, Z-Man, Merrill Lynch, AFCO, my wife and myself, Muller Windows, Hook, and Epoch Batteries. Roasting sponsor, Charleston Trailer. Maggie and Rod, good friends of mine, loyal customer of theirs. If you're in Charleston, need any kind of work on a trailer, new trailer, check them out. They're like the best thing going. Social sponsors, we've got Chris Little with Deadcom Outdoors, board member Dawson Cherry, M. Dumas and Sons, Southern Tide, which is an outbranch of Dumas, Connecticut Advanced Water Systems, who's providing a purified water trailer for the event. Adam here and Monica. Sportsman Boats and Hankel Marine. There's Big Don. Don, you didn't join us tonight. Feel free to join on the link if you want. Our half-shell sponsors are Michael Collier's company, Technical Angler, who built our mobile app. Coastal Angler Magazine of the Lowcountry, South Creek Builders, No Sweat Construction, Lowcountry Shipping and Logistics, who does our shipping of larger stuff that we like our monthly packages go through Lowcountry of Logistics. Dune Heating and Air, Metal Art by Linda and Scotty, and Robert Clausen, who's a friend of ours. So thank you to all of our sponsors. We're rarely blown away by everyone's support of Release Over 20. It's awesome. On another topic, so I wanted to show some of the things that we are doing as Release Over 20. One thing that has recently happened is there's I'm going to try to keep this brief, but there's basically the South Atlantic Fisheries Management had a regional stock assessment of redfish and shown that they were overfished and experiencing overfishing, I think is the terminology, in Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. So then they did state assessments and found basically the same thing. If you look at our abundance numbers of redfish, they've been among the lowest they've ever been. They're sort of trying to bounce off the bottom, but they're still pretty low. So our laws are made by our state legislature. So a bill was introduced to change our limit to 1 fish per person per day and a 2 fish boat total, which is a big change from 6. And it went to the Senate subcommittee meeting this past week. And if you saw any of the like Saltwater Guides Association posts, it was super encouraging. Like our state legislature didn't play any political games. They didn't humiliate anyone. They didn't, they listened. They asked informed questions. They showed that they really do care about redfish. And in a nutshell, so we wrote this letter of support before that meeting. It basically, well, you can read it, but it says that my concern is that these changes don't really account for the expected growth of the population over the next 10 years. So even if we pass it as it is, I'm still worried it maybe not even be enough, but we'll take what we can get. So I would just kind of encourage them not to water this thing down. But the next steps are that it goes to the House, and that's where the ping pong really might start. So I don't know what's going to come of this, but it's a good start, put it that way. A couple comments here. We're not going to feel bad for Don. Don's fishing.
Huh. Texas.
Good luck, buddy. I hope you whack him. Jonathan, we'd love to have you sponsor. If you go to our website, there's a tab called Turn the Tide. And if you look at it, says there's like a link for sponsorship. and you can see the levels. There's a whole bunch of levels. So thank you for that. So anyway, that's what we did. We made this sort of statement, and we've always said we're not a political organization. We're not lobbying, but I do think that's important for us to show our support as an organization, because it will help further our mission. But we're not going to go further than that as an organization. But we're happy to do this for other states as well. We just need a little. Since we're further removed from other states, we need more information so that we know that we're informed before we can take a stance on it. So I've reached out to Georgia, for example, because Georgia's figuring out what they're going to do right now. They haven't had any changes in a long time.
Oh, and do you want to talk about the Virginia? I'm sorry, is that where you?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I just pulled it.
Right, you're going to. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just going to preview this because we're going to get to this. The only reason we haven't yet is that we're well, there's a reason. So anyway, if you remember when the freeze happened in 2021 in Texas, we teamed up with Speckled Truth and made like a design. Basically, it says release Texas 2021, and we printed a whole bunch of them up and gave them away to people that just. And the whole thing is it's been shown time and again that if the bulk of recreational anglers voluntarily release most of their fish in the year after a freeze, that fishery will recover a lot faster. And we're not saying do it. Like I think, well, in response to this horrible winter we had this year where Virginia just got completely devastated and North Carolina got knocked back as well, we thought we'd do that again for those two states this year. And again, it's voluntary. We're going to distribute these for free. And it's just like, if you really want everything to recover faster, it's going to help the guides, it's going to help the fishery. At least we'll release all your fish through the spawning season, if nothing else. Not saying you have to, but if you want to make a difference, then you probably should. And this is just a decal to back that up.
Is the fishery in North Carolina closed though until?
It is closed until like June something, but that's only like, that's going to only be the very beginning of spawning season for trout. Trout are going to spawn until September. So this is taking it a step further and saying, hey, even though they closed it for a while, which should help, let's keep releasing until the spawning season's over at least. And it's really not limited to trout. It's like, I would say release every fish that you can, redfish, striper, So I want to point out that we're sharing the expense with Speckled Truth, which we really appreciate. And the design was done for free by Super Conscious, which is Charlie Church's design company in Virginia. Yeah, great question, Michael. So what we're going to do is I have reached out to Charlie in Virginia and also Scotty Wasson in North Carolina. And I've got the names of like 4 to 5 tackle shops that are not like not like big box stores, but like sort of the, mom and pop kind of shops. And I've got their contacts. I'll be reaching out to them. We're going to send them each a stack of stickers, and then we're going to encourage people to go pick them up at the shop, which will help the shops too, because they're probably suffering a little bit with traffic, with people are choosing not to fish probably because, they're worried there's not enough to catch. So it'll help drive traffic to their store, also be somewhere they can go locally to pick them up. But we're also going to reserve some and put them on our store. And you can just go to our store and order them, and it'll be a cost of $0. We'll handle the shipping, and we'll mail them out. Probably limit it to two per person, something like that, just because we only printed up like 500 of each to start. We'll make more if we if the demand's there. But just another form of outreach for us. Because we're really preoccupied with our event, there's probably not going to be much happening on this until next week. So please give us some grace and give it so that we can do one thing at a time here. But this is coming, just so you know that. So thank you to Charlie. Thanks to Speckled Truth, Kyle, and Chris for the support on this as well. Wanted to reiterate, we now have a mobile app. The way to participate in our program now is through our mobile app. It's really easy to download, to make a profile, and especially once you've done that, made the profile one time, once you get to the point where you're entering fish, it's so much easier. It's so fast and easy. The download links are there if you're Apple or Google. And if you have any issues or questions, let us know, because we're willing to help. We have had a few people have some trouble, and usually it's because they don't realize that you can't use the same, like you don't have a profile to start. You got to make a new profile from scratch, because the data is a totally different system, different database. So, but let us know if you have any trouble. Let's see. Nice, thanks, Kyle. We agree. Super easy. Also, once we get past our event, we're going to be pushing this big time. 3rd annual Hopedale Marina, Louisiana trout tournament. Me and Adam are going to be there.
We're in
for our 2nd year in a row. We're going for the win this time.
Let's go.
Let's go. Going to be really fun. Partnership with Pure Flats. Greg Sample, the owner of Pure Flats, is going to be there. And Cliff Paul is organizing it down on their end. Cliff posted some 23 to 24 inch trout he caught today, rubbing it in. He thinks he's going to win. All kidding aside, this is going to be really fun. It's just a great event.
Definitely.
100% awesome people, beautiful place, lots of fish to catch. Really good time. Hope y'all, if you come from Texas, come from Mississippi, come from Alabama, come fish it. We want this to grow. And Kyle and Jonathan came up the first year. We need to get you guys back. Come on, guys. Don chimed in too.
We'll see Don there too.
Yep, Don will be there.
And Daryl will be there. All right. This month is a little down, and I'm sure it's because of the freeze. So not only that, but the guides are not as busy this time of year. But it's going to pick up pretty quickly now that the water's warming up. People are going to be out in the water. We had 463 entries, which is still strong. Don't get me wrong. 133 trout, 268 drum. Oh, there we go. All right, let's go.
Nice. Come on, guys. Loving it. Okay. 52 striper, which is up, and 10 sheepshead, which is great. Somebody was the top of the leaderboard. I'm not going to say who it was.
Is that your first one?
My first win.
Yeah, congrats.
Thanks. I mean, to be honest, February is a month where here, at least here in Charleston, the redfish are going to stack up into tight bunches, and you're not going to catch any, or you're going to catch them till your arms fall off. And I had them patterned pretty well this month. Most of those fish came in like 2 trips. It was a lot of fun. Big fish too, like 25 to 30 inchers. Had a lot of fun catching them. So don't expect me to stay in the top of the leaderboard now that the fish are dispersing. I'm going to go back to being an average Joe. But anyway, as usual, if I get drawn into winning, I'm making myself ineligible to win a prize. So we'll pick again. Danny Nowak from Florida, who was our top Florida angler and will be at Turn the Tide. He's going to fly up with his family.
Nice.
I'm really stoked about that. He got second. Brian Ford, who pitches the same place as me, there at 28. There's Kyle, number 6, buddy. And Don, there's Don. Don rounding out number 10 with 12 releases. Good job, guys. Predictably, there's myself on top of the Redfish board. You won't see it on anything else. It's funny because like Brian, John, these are all people that fish where I do. So we've all figured out that puzzle of the fish in that area. Danny's on top with 22, released out of Florida. Kyle, look at them with 13. Nice. Don, look at you guys kicking butt. Newly retired Sandy Stark up there with 6. He's going to be topping the leaderboard this year. Yeah. Glad to hear that. Rodney Jarman with 21 striper release. That's nice. I was able, a bunch of us, 5 of us were able to sneak one in this month. They're starting to, up here, they're starting to get ready to move upriver to spawn. So we see less striper in March for sure. Joshua Carpenter with 5 striper, Colby Harwell with 3, and Sage with 1. Release over 20 led the organization leaderboard with 70 releases, followed by Saltstrong St. Pete, who incidentally has a goal as a chapter to release 500 fish this year, which I think is awesome. We also had Saltstrong Charleston there and Saltstrong Big Bend. We had not a whole lot of guide activity this month. Jimmy's there with 19. Chris. What I'd like to see, though, is that we have Evan and Charlie Burkett from Florida on the list. And Half Acre Charter, Jeremy Perry. I'm not sure where he's from, but that's a new name. Love to see that. And I don't know if we've had Outcast either, Tony Jackson. So always love to see the new names there. Also stoked that we have Florida. I think this might be the first time Florida's ever won the month, which is awesome. And it definitely is the involvement of the Saltstrong chapters, which I think is great. South Carolina in second, North Carolina, and Virginia. Sadly, no, Scotty's here. Hey, Scotty. Outcast is new. Yeah, that's awesome. Sadly, Virginia is in 8th place because, man, they just got crushed. And it's probably, I'm guessing, striper. Because their trout and redfish got really, really hurt. I hate that, but it's true. All right, let's go ahead and do the giveaways. So we'll start with get on board. Only 28 entries this month. But what's in the pack? So in the pack, we have a Epoch battery tote bag, Drum Spots t-shirt, Drum Spots playing cards. Those are great cards, by the way. We had some AM fishing lures, AFCO koozie and decal, Slick lures. Those are Slick Juniors. Great lures, by the way. And decal, and we have a mirror lure, top water. That's a C.A. Richardson color. Got to remove this and add this. We have 28 entries, and we're going to go ahead and roll 3 times. 17, and the winner is 22. 22. Jimmy Skinner. It's always Jimmy Skinner. Hey, the more you answer, the more you win.
He's got like more than half of the entry, right? 2/3.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like,
hey, it's all good.
He's also lucky. So shout out to him.
Yeah. And
congrats,
also
Jimmy.
month two of our app, by the way. So, it's still early in the app.
Yeah. It'll grow. It's going to grow a lot once we just keep pushing it, for sure. There's no question. So Jimmy's charter group with Zach Woodson was the winner. We'll pull the photo for this 24-inch red drum, and it might be a different name. That's actually the person that caught it, but he'll let us know who that is. So congrats, Jimmy, who was our #1 guide in the nation last year, by the way. Okay. Let's go on giveaway A. So we have a Marshwear hat, some Mirror soft plastics, some Z-Man Center jerk shads, Fish Bites Fight Club. By the way, these Fish Bites are unique to I think they were only like that color or style is only for us, which I think is cool. A Drum Spot Mayor of Tampa Bay t-shirt, Marshwear decal, and some Trout Eye special release over 20 Trout Eye jigs. Okay, so on our main draw, we have, let's see, a lot more, 435 entries. 435. Your chances of winning are substantially smaller. First roll 127, 430. The winner is 131. 131. Which is Earl Lynch from Florida with a 27-inch red drum. Congrats to Earl. We'll get a hold of you. Get that shipped out to you. Okay, giveaway B. Is a Drum Spot visor, some AM fishing lures. So cool. Looks like a really good color. Mayor Tampa Bay t-shirt, Marshwear koozie and decal, some slick lure, OG slick lures and sticker, and Hooked Apparel sun shirt size XL. All right, and the roll, 3 rolls, 245, 304. Winner is 19. 19 is Ben Mers from Florida with a 24-inch red drum. Congrats, Ben. Ben, I think, was the second in Redfish this month. Again, the more raffle tickets, the better your chances. And giveaway C. Giveaway C is always a good one. Carrie always embellishes the last one, I think. I think I like that. Wait, a couple comments here from Scotty. Yeah, so Scotty's coming down to the event, and he's bringing the guide prizes for last year. So Jimmy's got some good stuff. He's a #1 guide, so I'm not going to give away what Scotty's got cooked up, but he's got some really cool prizes for them. Yeah. Scotty's always shouting out his North Carolina buddies. Okay, so in this one, we've got center paddlers from Z-Man, Creole Croaker color. We got some slick lures and decal.
Cool beans, slick lures.
Is that cool? Yeah, cool beans, right? Yeah.
Yep.
That's our color.
That's
y'all. Oh, you gave it away. Don't tell me. Tournament's coming up. Drum Spots playing cards, Sticks HD, shirt. It's a really nice t-shirt. Mirror soft plastics, slap a fish decal, and some custom eye strike trout eye jigs. If you don't know, Sticks HD now has a new brand called Wade, which is really cool. Hopefully we can get some stuff of his to give away. Also, it's just a cool brand. I think it's going to really take off. Okay. Last winner coming up. Drum roll. 36, 360. Winner is 225. 225. 225. Ben Mers again.
Wow.
This has happened this year a lot.
Yeah.
Congrats to Ben, man. He's got double prizes this month.
Double.
What are the odds? I mean, why couldn't this guy win?
Yeah. Yeah.
he would have just declined it anyway. Don and Daryl watching from Port Mansfield.
That's nice.
Man.
Tough life.
On behalf of Adam and I, you guys suck. Just kidding. Hope you guys smack them. 30 inches for both of you. All right. That's our giveaway. Congrats to the winners, and we'll reach out to them. Buy your tickets for Turn the Tide. You got 2 full days to do it. And we're looking forward to a really fun, awesome inaugural event for us. It's going to grow. And it's going to be a really good, just a community building and fun event. And if you leave there looking forward to next year, then we've done our job, and that's our goal. So that's all I got. What about you, Adam? You good?
Yeah, no, I think you covered it all. Tight lines to everyone. And
tight lines. Everyone be safe on the water. Daryl and Don, hope you catch the 30. Wish sure. I was there with you. But we'll see you hopefully in Louisiana in April. All right. That's all. Signing out. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
See you next month.
Have a good night.